So I have a whole bunch of project ideas that haven't worked out, and they typically don't work out for various reasons. And it feels as though I've made a video about this in the past, but you know, the point of these videos is always to just kind of rant and ramble, vocalize my thoughts a little bit, and that's what I'm doing. I have this bad habit that I want to try and break where I talk about a game, or convince people to play a game, get a game, something along those lines. And then I'm so... I won't even say that I'm short on patience, but you gotta understand, after years of being a variety content streamer, I, by nature, have to be ready to move on to the next thing when something isn't working out or when something isn't worth the time. That's just how I've always been. I've been that way for a long time. But that leaves a lot of people in a situation where they can't really keep up with my wild whims. And that destroys a lot of opportunity to play games with other people. So, rather than pick a game that I'm unsure about, I'm actually for once picking a game that I've already played, I've already vocalized my opinions about, and I want to see if I can not only break the habit of dropping games quickly, I also want to see if I can do something that I've never done before, which is bring people together in a meaningful way. Because, getting the guys together to play another 4-player co-op game or another, squad limit is 4 type online thing is one thing. I keep saying thing. Stop saying thing. My point is that games are recently stuck in this realm of a maximum of 4 people, but they're all miserable if you don't at least have 4 people. And I feel like my goal shouldn't be necessarily to cater towards those 4-player games, but to look beyond them. And that of course means finding a game that supports more than 4 players, or finding events or things that we can do, not necessarily at the same time, but something that can include multiple people is what I'm getting at. Because a lot of feedback has come in saying that the reason that streaming is so popular is because of the interaction, the interactivity. And I understand that, I do truly, but I think that there are a lot of other ways that we can engage with one another without it necessarily being a one-sided live stream where things are constantly breaking all the time. So yeah, one of the more immediate plans is to try and get as many people as I possibly can on board and keep them on board for a period longer than a couple of days. The odds are a little bit in my favor, or a little bit more in my favor, because the game in question is free, but the game in question is also incredibly complicated and has an outstanding list of issues that have been defined for a long time. So I gotta overcome that. But rather than asking somebody else to do that, which has never really been the sort of thing that I like doing, I'm gonna take the brunt of the force and also take the first steps into overcoming that hurdle, not only for myself, but for anybody who might listen and get this game at my request or because of what I've asked or said. So, I have a lot of unpleasant work ahead of me. But my hope is that in doing so, I can change at least a small part of the type of content that I make on a regular basis, and can move towards a game that I can come back to on a regular basis that isn't Warframe, and a game that other people will want to play with me. Yeah, no, this video is extra rambly tonight, but again, that's supposed to be the point. That's supposed to be the point. All in all, though, I'm really lucky that so far, most of the people who have had to deal with me are either used to it or just not as bothered by it, or maybe they're just hiding it. I'm not really sure, but it hasn't blown up in my face anywhere near as much as I would have expected it to. I'm constantly saying how I wouldn't get along with another version of myself, and this is absolutely one of those things that would drive me nuts. Like, at this point, I wouldn't listen to my own game recommendations. Or if I asked myself to play a game with me, I'd probably say no. Is that weird? That's weird. Anyway, this video has gone on for way too long. Look forward to whatever nonsense I cook up. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all in another video. If you're interested, don't worry, I am going to reveal what this mysterious game is later. But I want to do it right. And doing it right means, like I said, taking the first step, which I'm going to do right now. So, thanks for watching. Make space on your hard drives. The game is free. If you're willing to give me another chance at the helm, try something new, I'd love to have you along. And we'll see how this plays out.